Greetings, everyone. I am going to work on something kind of interesting. We'll see how it goes. And, yeah, just for a little bit for now. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to start over here. Sometimes finding a straight edge is just a bit of a nuisance. But you always can find a way. So you can use a ruler, or whatever you like. Start off here. Now, just so you know, I do actually work with pencils and whatnot, although for this, I'm not. Just because I don't really feel like it. And I think that's okay. This is more for telling a story. That's what. So I'm going to do a series of little pictures. And we'll see how it goes. Something kind of interesting about teddy bears. And maybe it's just the idea of a creature in nature that you generally would not want to cross paths with. But they can be cute, I suppose, when they're babies. having the cute versions of creatures that you just don't really want to run into in the wild. Like baby tigers, adorable. Full-grown tigers, I'm sure they're adorable to some people as well, but they're meat eaters, and most people are kind of made out of meat. So, probably not the best idea. Something that I think is vital is telling stories. Now, of course, there are different ways of doing it now. You can go on YouTube, of course, and you can get stories. Reading a book, though, I think that is awesome, because you don't get to watch videos and whatnot if you don't have power to do so. And by power, I mean if the electricity is out for whatever reason. So pick up a book. That is the way to go. So I'm just going to define some lines here. I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on each one of these panels. The idea here is just to get an idea set up. We'll define some of these outer edges of the lines. Another thing that I'm a big fan of is writing. Now, it's way easier nowadays to write, I suppose, or send messages through electronic devices. Your phone, for example, you can send text messages, emails, if you have the connection to do so. Now I'm almost done with this panel. Probably going to end up going through maybe 12 panels for this particular little short story. And by the time the story is, well, actually shared, it'll probably be less than 2 minutes to do, but you'll see that doing this part actually takes time, the illustration part. All right, so I think that's the main part of this one. Just to get the idea out of my head. So you may notice I don't always do traditional sketching, especially when I'm not working with a pencil. That isn't a problem. It more, I think, has something to do with, well, for me anyway, trying to work out a couple of things in my head first. I don't know how much room I'm going to be able to have to do this. Okay, so not many. When I'm done, I'll probably cut out each one of these and make like a little mini book. I think that'd be kind of fun. Just thinking of placement. background. A cat is yowling because it just wants to check in on me, I suppose. Cats can be good buddies. So I've decided, just because I think it would be funny, is if this little bear had a little stuffed humanoid rather than a teddy bear. I just think that's funny. Perhaps the cat agrees as well. Hilarious. It's funny, growing up, you see those movies where people have like the four-post beds, the ones that go pretty close to the ceiling, and sometimes they're curtained in. And I think one of the reasons for that, and don't quote me on this because I don't know for sure, I think it has something to do with keeping heat or little pests out. And I should say, if I don't like one of these panels after I'm done with it, I don't have to keep it. So if you see me working on something and you're like, oh, well, I wonder, well, I just may not use it. So in real life, I've seen bears, but haven't had a real encounter with one. So I've seen them at zoos. I think I've seen them in the wild, but not like, yeah, not very close. Like, you see something running and you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure that was a bear. Or somebody in a suit. Probably not a Yeti. Come to think of it, that would have been kind of an interesting creature to feature in a short story. So maybe I'll have a bear for this one and a Yeti for another. I don't know. We shall see. I don't know why it seems like I gave the bear some calf muscles. That's funny. Guess the bear's a bit of a walker. But if you're able to, you should always get out and walk. I think movement's very important. If you're not able to walk, always try to get outside. Some of this could be just details that I add in after, but we'll do a little bit of it now. that panel's almost done. Define some lines. Okay. I may, oh, actually I can just do a little bit of that right now. We'll give the illusion of some 3D footrest. Well, that part of the bed anyway. And then we'll do one here as well. At the head of the bed. That's fun. Okay. Let's do a third panel then. So here's a fun question to ask people. When you dream, do you ever wake up and write down what your dream is about? Now, I used to keep a dream journal. I think it's good to do. I do think that not all dreams are meant to come true, and not all dreams are supposed to have special meaning. I think it's a possibility that sometimes you just want to clarify things from whatever your day was when you were awake. And when you dream, sometimes you just need to file them away. And in some ways, I think that's what dreams do. Reorganize a couple of things. Sometimes dreams are good for other things, though. It allows you to go places that you may not get to when you're wide awake. So having dreams and imagination, they're very important. Let's have just the corners here. Corners of the mouth. So you know that we're having wonderful dreams. And one of the things I suppose we could have dreams about would be let's say this. To me, dancers are amongst the most interesting kind of artists because you train and train and train to use your body to express or I should say sometimes, well, actually no, no, I think I'm right in the first way. I think it's a wonderful form of expression and intent. So dancers, to me, are just phenomenal. And if you dance and you're not a professional, and you're not trained, That's fine too, by the way. You can sit in a chair and dance, and that's fine. But this little bear is just having dreams. Dreams of growing up. I think as we all do. And as I said, not all dreams have to come true. Sometimes they're just a way of getting neat ideas out. Now, let's put some little Z's. How many of you make little sounds like Z's when you sleep? Or do you make like bigger Z's? Some people make very little sound at all when they breathe. Because this is just ideas and dreams, we'll put them almost like little thought bubbles. Well, I set that alarm just because I want to get a few things done. And I can take a break from this as well. just take a moment to define the lines a little bit. And we'll leave it at 3 panels. For now, and like I said, it'll probably end up being maybe 12. So at some point in the future, I'll probably do some pencil sketching. And most often when I do pencil sketches, it's so that I can do more defined things, or things that I can pick a better line for and more detail, which is how I do it. I mean, I can put lots of detail in something in the first attempt. Well, I think that's it for now. 3 panels, a little less than 45 minutes. All right, well, that's it for now. I will be back a little later on. Have a wonderful day.